We cannot let that happen. As you know, we have failed to gain improvements in our pathetic home and DVD residuals formula since 1984. Our proposal requires some creative thinking and is extraordinarily moderate and reasonable. Right now, you should know that you pay your pension and health contributions out of your DVD residuals out of your own pocket. A residual check worth $100 is really worth only $86.50 because your 13.5% P&H contribution is being paid for by you. How can something be called a benefit when you are footing the bill yourself? All that we are asking is that our employers pay for that contribution out of their pocket rather than our own. This leaves their precious residual formula intact while it gives a real benefit to our members. New media. The after deal, like the DGA deal before, creates artificially high thresholds under which new media products will be covered by our unions. This creates the real possibility for the first time that our traditional signatories will have the option of taking projects either union or non-union at their discretion. Our employers, under the after deal, also retain the right to determine who is a professional performer and who is not. They have already insisted that SAG background actors will not be considered professionals, creating an impossible situation where SAG members will be forced to work off the card. Our employers have also created the possibility of taking all the development work for which they used to compensate our members with pilot fees, non-union, by paying college students $10,000 apiece to provide content in new media. Remember the 50% pay cut I mentioned at the beginning of my remarks? Well, now in the new media space, our employers are demanding that we take a cut that is far more draconian than that. Our employers now have the ability to, instead of paying an actor $3,300 for a network rerun, to first rerun that show on the internet by paying the actor $23 for a 6-month run. Once again, they are eradicating our residual payments as they are affecting our upfront compensation. Also, in the after deal, when you are part of the creation of new content for the internet, your residual payment will be zero. That's right, zero. Also on the table, and this is one of my favorites, actors have been receiving the same reimbursement for mileage, 30 cents a mile, that we've been receiving since 1980. The IRS suggests, that radical organization, the IRS suggests, that we should be reimbursed at the rate of 50.5 cents a mile. And AMPTP will not budge. As we all know, next month's gas will cost $5 a gallon. How do we keep our heads above water? And this is stark contrast. The $90 million Bob Iger made as the head of Disney last year, and 30 cents a mile of background performer needs to put gas into his or her car. Well, here we are. We need to hear how you feel about these issues. Here's the problem. Let me just take DVD, product integration, the problem that I described. If we get the consent that we need, that our members need, the ability to say yes or no, I cannot do that McDonald's commercial because I have a Burger King account that will be in jeopardy if I advertise your product on your show. If we get those protections in place, and AFTRA does not have them, if they're allowing them to integrate products into our content without restrictions, where are the employers going to go? You have one union that's protecting its members. You have another union that says you have unfettered right to have our members advertise anything you want without compensation. That is the problem we face. The same thing is true in clips. In the AFTRA deal, it is true. They have not protected our library. They have not protected our library that goes back to the beginning of time. They have not protected the Fred Astaire's estate's right to say, no, our father will not be used in a Pepsi commercial. Or yes, he will, you compensate us. What they have given us, AFTRA, is the ability to give consent at the time of hire. Which means if you say, no, you cannot use my clips on this particular project, you will lose the job. That is no consent at all. And the same thing is true of product integration. They probably will allow you to write down whatever contractual conflicts you have at the time of hire. If you're too conflicted, if you're doing too well in the commercial arena, forget getting the job in TV theatrical. They will use it as a condition of hire. Now, if you think all these things are fair, then you should vote for the AFTRA deal. Screen Actors Guild to fight as hard as we can for as long as we can to keep on trying to reach compromises to put this industry back to work in a way that fairly compensates our members. It is essential that we vote down that AFTRA deal now. And I know this will be repeated. I know this will be repeated during the day. But when you get your AFTRA ballot, if they do what they did in the NetCode, they will say a yes vote ratifies the contract, a no vote is a strike authorization. That is disingenuous. That is a lie. What a no vote would do would be to send them back to the table to fight for the best deal they can achieve.
Renegotiate.
And what you should insist on from both your unions, from this point forward, in emails and phone calls, with your vote on that contract, is to say get back to the table with the Screen Actors Guild.
Exactly.
Because only if we're united can we go out there and achieve the best possible deal for you, our members. Thank you for being here.
Nice job. Keep up the fight.
I promise you, like I said, I will stay here fighting for as long as it takes, as hard as I can. But I need your support.
You got it. 100%.
Are you okay with that AFTRA deal?
No.
You want us to keep on fighting?
Yeah.
Fist in the air.